So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are. And welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude Couch. I'm your host, Hector. And tonight we have Elias. He's one of the guitar players for the band Rockets. And Rockets is a band from Finland that plays straight rock and roll. Think like AC/DC, classic rock, that type of rock, they play it. So, Elias, how are you today? How's everything in Finland?
Hello, everything's good. We've been waiting a lot for the. We're going to go to Sweden to play 3 shows in the turn of December and waiting for the record to come out.
Nice. So yeah, I listened to the record. The name of the record is Break Free, and it's really like classic rock. Like think all those classic rocks from like the 80s and 70s mashed up. Like so, for you as a guitar player, uh, what bands and guitar players inspired your playing?
Uh, I think for Rockets, it's been mainly ACDC, a lot of ACDC, but we like to play it a bit faster. But
So
there
yeah, it's
are yes, there is a lot of different bands that we like to listen to, but they are maybe almost all like the classic rock bands that Thin Lizzy and stuff like that.
yeah. So for people that don't know Rockets, take us a little bit. How did the when did the band form? How did a history of Rockets, if you will.
Yes, Rockets. I joined the band in I think 2020 December. The band was started I think in 2017, and it started as mostly like playing covers, and I think the guys were a lot into Turbo Negro at the moment.
Oh
but
yeah, I know that
but
band.
then like maybe they learned to play more or got bored to play the same thing all the time, so it kind of went on from that to more, what's the word, to different directions.
Okay, so now you're coming up with your second album, I believe. It's called Break
Yes.
Free. So I'm gonna show the artwork here of the new album that's coming out on December 9th. So it's very rock and roll. Like who did the album cover?
The album cover was made by Ella Berglund. She's she's this tattoo artist from Helsinki.
Oh, nice.
And I
Yeah.
think what we had in mind was just a car driving down a neon city that's up in flames. So that's what we got.
Yeah, it's very rock and roll, very classic
Yeah.
rock. So yeah, it describes a lot of like the music that's on the album. So for you working on this album, like how was the recording process? Any like fun stories from the recording studio?
Uh, the Sakke and Sami, the Sakke is the lead guitarist who makes the songs with Sami, the lead singer. Uh,
Mhm.
they made the songs. Then we recorded them uh, in a long period of time at our rehearsal place. But then Sakke got to work at the Finvox, which is this legendary studio in Finland, and
Mhm.
he got the option to record the drums there one Friday. And then we were supposed to record the drums again with better sound in a real studio. But then Ode, the new drummer, he played the drums so well, so fast, that when we got there on Saturday morning, almost all the drums were recorded. So then we decided to record everything again during the Saturday. So the album is recorded in 2 days.
Wow, yeah, that's well, that's but I'm guessing you had rehearsed the songs for a long time before you went to record, right?
Yeah, we the Speed and Sound album, the vinyl version, I think came out in 2021, but we were already rehearsing the songs for the new album then, and we rehearsed them from maybe a year, and then we went to the studio.
Nice. And I know you released 3 singles. You released Best Kept Secret, Destroyer, and the last one I think was Break Free.
Yeah.
Why did you pick those 3 singles in particular to put
Uh,
out first?
I think there was so Cherry Kiss that we put out first, but I think we had in mind to put 4 really different songs
Oh yeah, Cherry Kiss.
as much as it's possible with a rock and roll record.
Yeah. So for you, which song in this album is your favorite lyrically, and which one is your favorite like to play as a musician?
Um, Maybe as a musician, on stage playing the Cherry Kiss is my favorite because it's quite simple and it's really fast and it seems to get people dancing a lot. So that's what we want people to do at our shows, to dance and have fun. And but my favorite song is the title song Break Free because I think it has the catchiest chorus of them all.
Yeah, and that's important to have a catchy chorus,
Yeah,
especially in the type of like rock music that you play, that it's
yeah,
very classic rock, very like let's go out and drinking and having fun type of music.
yeah. That's what we are all about, I think.
Yeah, that's what you guys are all about. So for you, growing up, like which albums got you into music?
I think my first 2 albums were Alice Cooper's Schools Out, a tape I got from my dad. And then there was Black Sabbath's Paranoid album, which was the first CD I bought. And then, of course, Hurricanes, which is the, well, how do you say? It's the most classic rock band from Finland. Like, really, this simple and good rock music from I think 70s. They made most of their albums, and those are the holy trinity. And then of course AC/DC, a lot of that. And then I've also dabbled with metal and punk and that type of music, and still play all kinds of music with different bands.
Yeah. For AC/DC, which era do you prefer? Do you prefer the Bon Scott era or later with Brian Johnson?
I love Brian Johnson also, but it's the Bon Scott stuff that's the rawest with
Yeah,
the
like
best
it had
guitar sound.
the most attitude,
Yeah.
like so for you as like if you had to go on tour like Rockets, like which tour would you think would be like a dream tour for you guys to playing? Like
Uh, at the moment, we are trying to get to Europe, which would be also we have only I have played with the band only in Finland and in Sweden, and the guys played some shows in Estonia, I think, and south from there. But first, maybe Europe, and of course, it would be really nice to get to the States and play there. But we are getting there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's nice. But I mean, like if you had to go on tour like with a band for
yeah.
you to open with, like which band would you pick to go on tour with you? That would be like a dream tour for you.
I think what bands are still going around. So maybe it would be really nice to play with AC/DC, of course.
Oh yeah, that would be like great to open for that
Yeah,
little band called
yeah,
AC/DC.
yeah.
I,
But I think
it's mhm,
we've been planning with our label mates from Sign Records. It
mhm.
would be nice to play a lot of shows with the Riven. We saw them a couple of times when we played in Sweden this year, and they are a really
Nice.
good band.
I
And
actually
then,
interviewed them for the
yeah, oh,
channel.
cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
yeah,
they were really nice people and really good music. And then it would be really fun to play with Helicopters, of course. They are
yeah,
also a big influence for us.
yeah. I think the Riven and you guys in a build together would make sense because you have that retro
Yeah.
sound in you guys. So for you, playing that retro sound and that type of music, like, could you like imagine like your band going in a different direction, or do you guys want to stay in that type of rock and metal?
I think we are going to stay in the general direction of like music from the 70s and early 80s, but I don't think we don't want to make the same album again and again. We want to make always something different with each album. So maybe sometimes more melodic, maybe sometimes more faster, but always in the same uh, place, kind of like the 70s rock is what we're all about.
Yeah. So you have some shows in December with the release of the album. Are you guys releasing the album in vinyl as well, or for now only like CDs and digital?
It's coming vinyl also through the signed records. It's our first album through them, and I think there were two different kind of color vinyls and all that kind of stuff. And but I think that to us the vinyl is the most important format. And of course, these days the digital is really great because then we can get opportunities to get into interviews like this.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that if we have one small patch of vinyls for 300 pieces, then they wouldn't get as much around as digital.
No.
So that's
And I
great
think
about these days.
and a good thing about the type of rock that you guys play is that it sounds good on vinyl because it has that old school vibe to it.
Yeah,
So so the recording went well. You have the songs, and you have the shows coming up. Like, and you already told me that you AC/DC is such a important
yeah.
part of the band's like identity. So, what themes do you have in this album? I know you're not the singer, but like I know that it's a lot of like music about like breaking free, having fun. But is there any song that had more of like a serious topic uh in the album?
I think I can't tell the song name. I need to check that. It was one of the singles, but I can't. I'm really bad remembering because we have these crazy names for every song with the band, and then I can't learn the official names.
Oh,
Uh,
that
this
happens.
this kept secret. I think it has really cool lyrics, and the story that Sami told about it when he wrote the lyrics was like he just listened to the demo song and was walking to from our rehearsal place to a bus, and he wrote the lyrics in the bus after the walk because he just thought about all the lyrics through the walk to the bus. But I don't think that I can tell really what the songs are about because, of course, with more complex lyrics that are not just having fun and breaking free, then it's all about what the listener thinks.
Yeah, of course. So you guys being from Finland, Finland is very known for different types of rock and metal. Right now, how's the metal and rock scene in Finland?
I think there is a lot of great underground bands that are going all over the place here in Finland, but I don't. I think the mainstream music is pretty far from that at the moment. So we are going to be playing in the small clubs and venues for the time being until maybe at some point the band music and rock guitars come into maybe just a bit of a fashion again. But there is a lot
Yeah,
of good bands that we have played with here in Finland also.
yeah. I think rock and roll has, even though it's not as popular as it was like in the past, I think it still has its audience that listens to it and craves it. So I'm thinking as long as there's people there, like it will have an audience for this type of music.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
think
yeah.
so too. Yeah.
So Elias, I wanna, thank you for taking a little bit of your time of your day to talk with me about the Rockets album Break Free. So everyone, I'm gonna put a link in the description where you can pre-order the album. It's coming out on December 9th. And I would recommend this band for everyone that likes classic, like rock from the 70s, 80s, and especially if you like AC/DCs of the world, I think you will dig Rockets because it has that vibe and that attitude that is very missing sometimes in rock. And yeah, that's that's something that I think people will enjoy. So Elias, uh, thank you for taking time and anything else that you would like to say to the people that are watching this video?
Uh, maybe the especially here in Europe, the uh, what's the word? Like the global situation with war and all is glooming at the moment, and fall is coming, and it's cold and dark at the moment. But I think it's still important to enjoy the small things and big things in life and go forward. And that's what I want to say. And thanks a lot for the interview.
Yeah, of course, being positive is always good. So people
Yeah.
get Rockets or when it comes out on December 9th, and enjoy and keep metal and rock alive. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield doing a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.